stand-up comedy was not my first career. This is my third career. I started out my life, I got a bachelor's degree in accounting. I got my, so we got some big accounting posse here. It's the first time that ever happened. Even when I do accounting shows, nobody even applauds. They're so boring. And I got my CPA. We have any CPAs? I got my CPA. I worked for one of the big firms, one of the large accounting firms. And then I got my MBA in finance, and I worked on Wall Street in one of the investment bank firms in derivatives. Yeah. Yeah. But this was the deal. My entire life, I always wanted to be a performer. I really did. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people happy. I love to storytell. So 12 years ago, I gave up my Wall Street job, my everything, the bonus, the 401k, the profit sharing, the whole bit, to do stand-up comedy and become an actress, because apparently I hate money. Hashtag bad choices. And, it's great, let me tell you. And, I tell you, when I did quit my job, I wanted to be prepared, because I am a student, and I took a lot of classes at night while I was working and everything. I am a student, so I decided that I was going to do everything that Oprah told me to do, because nobody knows more than Oprah. So I did everything that she said to do. I put out my intentions, and I wrote in my journal, and I saged my apartment, and I used aromatherapy, and I take a probiotic, and I got off sugar and salt and dairy and everything else that's delicious. And, I make the Wish 11:11. You know what I'm talking about, ladies? The 11:11, because that's when things are in alignment. And I even do AM and PM to just cover my bases. And Pilates. I do Pilates. And you know what's changed? Nothing. Not a freaking thing. Nothing has changed. It's Groundhog Day every year. That's right. That lady that wrote The Secret, the putting out your vision and everything, I'm telling you, if I ever meet her, I'm going to kick her in the head, because that is the Amway of New Age. That is a lie. I am living proof that that's a lie. All right. So I do have to tell you, I did have a revelation about 2 years ago. I was watching the Oscars. I don't know if any of you watch the Oscars, but they have the accounting firm that does the tallying for the votes. Okay, so I worked for that accounting firm. It was Price Waterhouse when I worked there. Now it's Price something or other. Cooper's, I believe. Anyway, so I was watching the Oscars, and the accountants came out, and I realized right then and there that I had a better shot at going to the Oscars as an accountant than I do as an actress. So it's all working out. Good for me. It's great. So people ask me, they're like, Ellen, what is the biggest difference between what you do now and what you used to do then? I was an auditor also back in the day, and I said, well, let's see. I used to audit multi-million-dollar companies, and we used to go through the financial statements with the board of directors and go through the balance sheet, the income statement, and talk about how to capitalize their assets. And it was very interesting. And now conversations go something like I did a club for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and the entrepreneur of that club came over to me and he said, Ellen, would you like to get paid in full at the end of the evening? And I said, no, Jimmy, why don't we take the whole $57 and amortize it over 24 months? And I'll charge you Fed funds plus 30 basis points. And I had to explain to him what a basis point was. But anyway, it's great. It's great. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to download the Drybar app and use my promo code Ellen Karis, ELLENKARIS.